Alright. Back with the next part. Evan. Big ogre down there. The bacon over there.
I've been waiting to try this spell out.
Fall away. Future's door.
Did you hear it too? That woman's voice. At first I thought I was imagining it. Future's door. Drat. Well, I've realized where we are. A House of Reveries expedition I've never heard of. Grand Maestro Forte rebuffing his proper title. And the temple room where we found Fletch? It looked the same as the room we first entered, but there wasn't a cobweb or broken pew in sight.
It does all seem strange, but what does it mean?
It means we ventured somewhere we never should have gone. The past. I know it seems far-fetched, but remember that stone we first activated? I thought the inscription referenced an event, but the past was a destination, not an occurrence.
The stone in the temple sent us to the past.
That's my theory, and I'd rather not explore further to find out. Affecting the past has far-reaching consequences. It makes me wonder what trouble we've already caused. But this stone's inscription indicates it should send us back to the present.
How can we be sure?
I can't be sure in all honesty, but we have to try. Otherwise we'll be stuck in the past.
Alright, I'll use the stone and go back to the present.
This stone should lead us back to our natural time. All you need to do is keep that destination clearly in your mind. I'll follow right behind you.
Do you know about Maestro Forte's expedition?
It is quite intriguing. Grand Maestro Forte is the head of Summerset's greatest acting troupe, the House of Reveries. But I've also heard tale that he's a great academic as well, though perhaps I'm more familiar with his work than I thought.
What do you mean?
The research I've been using to help translate the language here came from an expedition that occurred around this time. Perhaps Maestro Forte wrote the very notes that led me here. I'll ask him, but I'd rather not affect the past more than we have.
Do you think we've changed the past already?
Well, Fletch was very close to death, and I recall seeing bones in our present time, right where I found him injured. Most likely he was supposed to die. I'm almost glad I was so ignorant when I healed him. I don't know what I would have done.
What do you mean?
As I said earlier, changing the past has far-reaching consequences. For all I know, healing Fletch could have dire consequences to our present. I would have had to weigh his life against the potential impact of that change. Quite a somber thought.
I see. Do you know why I hear a woman's voice reading these inscriptions?
I've been hearing this voice since I first started translating these inscriptions. It must be some sort of magic, connected to the inscriptions. Perhaps connected to the language itself, come to think of it.
Isn't this language ancient and not very well known?
Oh, it is rather odd for a mysterious language to speak to anyone who reads it. The misdirecting nature of Ebon Stadmont must have kept researchers from studying these inscriptions, that's all. Not to mention the local wildlife.
It just seems rather convenient, a voice telling us where to go.
I'm not sure what to tell you. I do know that we have to return to our time, and quickly. This mysterious voice, whatever its motivation, is the only thing helping us do that. We have little choice but to follow it now.
Fair point, but still, it's... Yeah, it ain't right.
Who's there? My sons. It's you.
Yeah.
Years and years, and I never could find you. And here you are. Back where it all began. Looking as if you haven't aged a day. My friend, what happened to you?
I just came to the door to get back to our original time.
So the stone did send you to the future after all. I had feared the worst. That day I tried to follow after you and return to our original time. But the stone's magic faded, and the doorway closed. Try as I might, I couldn't get it open.
What did you do?
I was trapped within Ebon Stadmont. For decades, I'd been studying this language and desperately searching for a way out. But my path would always lead me back here. But I did it. I finally found a way to go back, to stop this all from happening.
What do you mean?
I must stop myself from ever going back in time. I've been wasting my life within this cursed forest. The Southern Stone. That's the key to... Wait, what's that? Is that Fletch?
Yep, right behind you.
Fletch! Ah!
I'm sorry, dear, but your role has been cut.
The temple. You must go back. Go through the temple. The Southern Stone. Bane away Tendel. Those are the words. Stop this from happening. Take my diary. It will prove everything.
multiple horns. I hate these things.